Hello everyone, welcome back for another trucking vlog. It has been a while since I have recorded anything, I'll be honest, but at the same time it's probably not going to be any different for you guys because I will admit that even still, at the time of recording this, I have not even finished editing and uploading the vlog for yet. So, again, I'm way behind. We already knew this. Especially if you guys have been keeping up with all the trucking vlogs, you'll know that I'm like months behind. So, it is what it is. Either way, we are currently on our way somewhere new, and I guess I should also tell you exactly how long it's been. It's been like, I think it's been almost a month. Man, maybe it's even been more than a month. I don't know. I should have checked. But anyways, it's been a while. And in all of that while, I have actually gone nowhere new until yesterday. And yesterday, unfortunately, when I did go somewhere new, it was dark. And I know that that is the case again today, but that's only the case for now. So this is the perfect time to update you guys on everything. And then when it is light out, you guys will actually be able to see everything that's going on, see all the new stuff. And I will also note that the new places that I've gone haven't been entirely new. And what I mean by that is that I've still not left California, Oregon, and Washington. So when I went somewhere new yesterday, it was to Bellingham, Washington. And so I was only somewhere new technically for like 100 and something miles, because I think I've recorded going up to Kent for you guys, and Bellingham is like, you know, 100 something miles past that. So that wasn't entirely new. And again, today we're also going somewhere new, but still not leaving Washington. We are going to Yakima today. Currently, we are on 84 East, heading towards the Dalles, and then once we get to the Dalles, we're going to take 97 North, and then like 82 West or something like that to Yakima, and we are delivering some paper. It still, I have not gone anywhere super new, like I haven't gone to any new states or anything like that, but I still wanted to at least record this drive on 84, at least when we're coming back, because it is beautiful. Because we do already have our next load as well, and our next load is picking up in Pasco and delivering to Portland. So we will get to do this drive again, and we will get to do it during the day, and you guys will get to see how beautiful this drive is, because it's stunning. This is one of my favorite drives, and I'm kind of bummed that I have to do the first half of it in the dark, but it is what it is. It's also very, very windy, and I am not a huge fan of that, because I am only 10,000 pounds. Well, not in total. My load is only 10,000 pounds, so not super heavy, which means I'm getting blown around like crazy, and I am not a huge fan of that. In fact, last night, when I was starting this drive, it was even more windy than it is now, and it was a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. I was getting blown like around into the shoulder and like out of my lane and stuff. There were actually other trucks that had pulled over just like on the shoulder. I assumed they were completely empty because they were not looking like they were in the best shape, even pulled over. So yeah, it's interesting. Thankfully today it's not quite as windy. It is still definitely very windy, but nowhere near as bad as it was last night. But that's all the updates I have for you guys for now, I think. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get to the receiver, finish off this load, and then I'll start recording when continue recording when I am on my way to pick up my next load, and we will record that entire load. So I will see you guys then. All right, we are on the move again. We are on our way from Yakima to Pasco, where we are going to pick up our next load. So Yakima, the delivery, again, unfortunately it was still pitch black, so I didn't record any of it because you guys wouldn't have been able to see it anyway. Wow, that is a weird trailer. It's like hollow. Weird. Anyways, yeah, it was still dark, but we get directions from the company. I've talked about this before in previous vlogs. I followed the directions from the company, and it brought me to a bridge that was 10 feet tall. And obviously that is not going to work. So thankfully I went around the corner, and like so right before the 10-foot bridge, there's a sign that says truck turnaround, because apparently that happens pretty often, that trucks end up going that way when they shouldn't. So I turned the corner like heading towards the truck turnaround, and thankfully there was somebody like coming at me, like but not a truck, but like just a person that must live down that road. And I had pulled over to take a look at my map and figure out like what to do, and also let my company know like, hey, these directions don't work. And she pulled up next to me and she rolls down her window, and so I rolled down my window and she's like, hey, do you need any help? And I was like, I don't think so, like I've got my Google Maps, I just my directions told me to go this way, and then I got to that 10-foot bridge and obviously that was not correct. And she goes, yep, it happens all the time. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go back, you're gonna go to the turn around, and then she told me, you know, what the directions to go. So I follow her directions, and then I get to a sign that says, I go to turn on the road that she said to turn on, and the road's closed. So there's plenty of signs. I mean, you can see one right there, the truck route sign. So I just ended up following those signs to get around the construction, but it was still just frustrating to have to deal with that. And then, yeah, it didn't, I originally was supposed to deliver at 0500, and then told my company, hey, I'm not gonna make 0500, and they said, okay, we'll call them and you can deliver at 0700. I ended up still being late even for 0700. I didn't end up making it until about 0702. So I wasn't like super late by any means, but I was late nonetheless, which I hate being late, you know. So there's a reason I always try and like way overestimate my ETAs. If I think realistically that I could get somewhere at 1500, let's say, I'm going to tell my company that I think I'm going to get there at like 1600. I'm going to like overestimate. So yeah, it was just a bummer to be late. And I mean, even 0700 was my overestimation. I thought I was going to get there at like 0630, and I didn't end up getting there until 0700 or 07 some, you know, 0702 or whatever I said. So yeah, just not ideal. But now we're on our way to Pasco, and we've gotten dispatched on the loads. We've got our directions and everything, and this should just be a drop and hook, and then we head back to Portland. And then once I get in Portland, I think I'm going to be pretty much out of hours for the day. So I don't know, I might end up parking somewhere nearby to where I deliver to if I can, and then going home if I can. I don't know, we'll see how things work out today, and see if maybe, you know, even by the time I finish up the load, they may have another load for me already that I can just go pick up or something like that, and then already have a load for the next day. So we'll have to see, but that's what's going on now. I'm trying to get back to 82 currently, and this is all the construction that made me have to go that other way, and it is not very truck friendly to get through. I mean, I don't know if you were able to really tell on the GoPro, but I have to get really close to some of those curbs and some of those barrels and stuff, and it is not ideal. I hope all you guys are doing well. I appreciate all the love on the vlogs so far. It seems like you guys are really enjoying them, especially those of you that are commenting on the videos. I greatly appreciate that. It helps, again, as I've said many times, helps the YouTube algorithm, and that is always much appreciated. Especially, yeah, liking the video, commenting, stuff like that. Really am very thankful for that. And again, just thankful for all the positive feedback. So for those of you that have been doing all those things, thank you so much. And for those of you that are watching right now, if you've made it this far and you are not already subscribed to the channel or have not liked the video yet, please do that. I try usually to wait until the end to say those kinds of things, but I don't know, maybe I should start saying them kind of near the beginning, because it seems like a lot of people don't actually make it until the very end, but they'll usually watch like halfway through. So if you're watching halfway through and you're still enjoying it, please do consider subscribing and liking the video. And now that we are getting on to the highway, I will probably just go ahead and do some dash cam footage for you guys, and well, dash cam or silent GoPro footage. minutes away from the shipper. We have got our right turn coming up, which is a little wild. I'm going, you know, speed limit's 60 miles an hour here, and then you just like turn straight off of the highway. Look at this. Like, this is weird. I basically have to come to a stop nearly on a 70 mile an hour freeway. Super, super odd, but okay. And then it is currently about 12:20, or at least it will be by the time we get to where we're going. And this load was supposed to be delivered at 1100 this morning. So I'm not even picking it up until an hour and a half after it was supposed to be delivered. So this will now be the third load out of my last 4 that is going to be late, and the second load in a row that is going to be late. And none of them have been my fault. So it sucks to have them be late, and I feel like in a way maybe I will end up getting blamed for it anyway, even though it's not my fault, but it is what it is, I guess. I guess that is part of trucking, where when one load ends up being late, it kind of pushes back all the rest and just causes a lot of problems. So I'm still happy that I'm getting to go somewhere new. It sounds like I'm not being blamed for it, but I don't know, that could change. Lots of cool views, lots of cool bridges too. Do you see those bridges, the drawbridges it looks like? Pretty sick. These must be the BNSF tracks if you were paying attention to the kind of clips, the non-talking clips that I just had. We just went over the big Pasco BNSF yard. That was pretty cool. There was actually a train there that was moving, some sort of grain train. And it looks like there's another grain train or something hanging out over there. I guess this is the area for the grain trains. Seems like lots of them head east. There's two sitting over there. Wow, these tracks look rough. Yeah, it looks like another big yard of some sort. Cool area. And then East Ainsworth is where I'm turning. And apparently this is a bit odd, but I guess I'm going to the main gate to talk to the reception people, and then apparently the load that I'm picking up is in a completely different area, I guess, like a whole different address. So we'll see how this is. There's some May trailers. So I think this little lot here is where I'm actually picking up the trailer from, but where I have to go to talk to somebody is where I have my GPS set to. I think where that truck just pulled over, that Volvo in front of me, I think that is right in front of the main entrance. So it's kind of good that we kind of know what we're doing, I think, hopefully. Alright, and I guess I will go ahead and go inside and see what we have going on. Okay, so I did go inside, but it turned out I did not need to, because it's kind of cool. They've got a little drop box, as long as your trailer's preloaded. They've got a little drop box on the front, near the front door, and you just take the top copy and sign it and do what it says, and then you just take the copies underneath, or the bills of lading, and then you're good to go. And then you go, over to that lot. Sure enough, it was that lot that I thought it was. So now I got to figure out how to get turned back around, which I think I can just go down this road here, and then that should be good. I can just loop around the building. But yeah, it's a preloaded trailer, so I just drop this empty and then hook up to the loaded one, and then I just go on my way. I don't have to check back in anywhere or anything like that. Signing the paper and dropping it in that little box was all I had to do. So that is pretty sick. Nice and easy. Alright, I hope I can get through here. If not, easy to turn around, I'm sure. In fact, I'm almost tempted to just turn around and just go back the way that I just came. We'll see. We'll see what we got. Looks like we're gonna be able to get through, no problem. Just gotta swing out wide here to make sure I don't hit that Volvo. We are plenty clear. All right. And then to get into the lot, I assume I go straight across here. They didn't, yeah, there's like a ditch. Yeah, definitely. Definitely go across. All right. So I guess I'll just drop my empty right next to that May trailer right there. And then we'll find our loaded trailer. And we have to, a weird thing about this place, we have to drop 2 load locks in the trailer. We have to leave 2 load locks in the trailer. So I'm only gonna have 1 load lock left, although I assume if they make us leave 2 load locks with every trailer, that means there's going to be 2 load locks in the new trailer that I get, and it is a live unload, so I assume that when I have it unloaded, I'll get to get the 2 load locks back. You know, won't obviously be the same ones, but it'll be 2 load locks. So that's what I assume is going to be the case. And I've got all the room in the world here, so you know what? I'm just gonna drive all the way out here and then just do a straight back. Well, almost straight back. It's funny though, these super easy backs are usually the ones that I struggle with the most, so we'll see how this goes. Let's get a little closer to that guy. And I think it's the fact that there's no like lines or anything to follow, you know, so I end up not really having anything to follow. I don't like not having anything to follow. When I got something to follow, it's easy. When I don't have anything to follow, I struggle. Let's go get this trailer unhooked and those load locks in it. Yes, the back of my truck is extremely dirty. I know. Don't hate me too much. You know, it's kind of nice that I got to leave 2 load locks because I got this crappy one from one of the trailers the other day, and now I get to get rid of it. So that's kind of safe. Well, while we're here, might as well get these. Once I put these away on my way back is when I'll drop the landing gear and all that. And there we have it. Oh, that's the wrong way. You'd think after doing this for like almost 3 months now that I would remember which way the handle goes, but I don't. Alright, now we go look for our new trailer, which is I think 7027 or something like that. She said it's gonna be along the back wall. Let's see, yep, 7027. All right, let's go find it. Well, there's old train tracks that run right through the middle of the yard. I don't know if, did she mean this was the back wall or that was the back wall? Those look like all Estes trailers, so I'm assuming she means here. 7027. Both of those trailers that are May trailers have numbers that are significantly longer than what I'm looking for. And by significantly longer, I mean 1 whole more digit. Yeah, 490 something, 480 something, or 2 something. Yeah, all of those are definitely Estes trailers. Okay, so maybe I'm just gonna look like an idiot and my loaded trailer is also over there. I guess so. Weird. Okay. Well, whatever. So I don't know if, does that mean I was supposed to drop my empty somewhere else? I don't know. I even went in and talked to her when I didn't need to try and find out this information, and I forget what she said. Oh, dude, I was right next to it. Look at me go. God, I'm such a dummy. Oh well, it happens. All right, let's make sure that this trailer is low enough, and it is not. And that is why we checked. God dang it, I forget again which way I'm supposed to go. Left. There we go. All right, now we can get under. Let's get this thing hooked up. Pre-trip the trailer, and I'm gonna leave you guys in here. They actually have already rescheduled, and it now delivers at 0900 tomorrow morning, which is actually sick, although it means that I won't get to go home, although I don't think I would have been able to anyways. It does mean, however, that I can park basically wherever I want tonight, which means I can park somewhere where I can get a shower and stuff, and I don't have to drive into the sunset. And I would have gotten to the receiver with like an hour left on my clocks, and by the time I would have gotten done at the receiver, probably would have had no time left. So now I don't have to stress about my clocks at all either, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go to a scale and scale up, and then we will continue on to a pilot. So here's another problem with that weird right-hand turn that I had to make, is that now when I get back onto the interstate or highway or freeway, whatever you want to call it, I now have to cross the traffic twice. The traffic that is going 70 miles an hour. So this is going to be quite interesting. Trucks use caution, narrow median. Okay, great. So I think I have to wait for both sides to be clear in order to make it. Yeah, there's definitely not enough room there. So that's sick. Especially considering I can hardly see that way at all thanks to the bridge, and this way I can hardly see at all thanks to all these do not enter signs. This is so cool. Alright, I think I'm just gonna have to go for it and then hope that people move over. Oh, there's a lane for me. Okay, sick. Did not realize that there was a little turnout thing that I could use. Oh, that's so easy, so much easier, thank God. I really thought I was just gonna have to send it. Okay, that was not bad. Phew. Okay, well, let's head to the scale, see if we're all good, and go from there. Okay, this is probably the most wild scale ticket I've ever had. Hopefully you guys can very clearly see this. I'm 4,500 pounds underweight on gross, but I am almost 3,000 pounds over on the trailer axle. Now, of course, the tandems are all the way to the front right now, so this is going to be an easy fix. But that still is crazy to me that they loaded it that far towards the back, that I am almost 3,000 pounds overweight, despite being on the trailer axle, despite being almost exactly 4,500 pounds underweight on gross. So let's go do some math and figure out. I mean, I guess I don't have to do any math. It's pretty easy. 3,000 pounds divided by 500. We got 6 holes that we gotta move, which means it's probably a good thing that this is not going to California, because otherwise I think it would be too far back. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's got to be right before that cross member. Yeah, we got plenty of room to work with. In fact, I might even go back a little further than that just to make sure that we're good. I might go back like 8 holes, I think. We're going to get out and see how far we've moved. We're just going to play a game of go back and forth. How many holes was that? That looks like a lot more than what I needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, that was way more than what I needed. My goodness. All right, let's back it up just a little bit. That was way more than what I needed. I went like 12, 13 holes. All right, I'll release the air and then I'll pull forward and we'll end up in like the 8th hole. That should be ideal. Let's make sure all the pins are out and then we'll go reweigh. All right, and both pins are out here, and yep, it's a good thing that's not going to California because we're way past the 40 feet. And both pins are out over here. All right, let's go reweigh. Scales are busy. There was somebody in front of me when I got here originally, and now there's a guy on the scale, well, driving off the scale, and then another person in front of me, and then it's me. All right, I guess I should have left it where it was when I first did it because I'm still overweight on my trailer axle, so I guess I did not do my math correctly because I did 8 holes and I still am at 34,560. So I thought it was 500 pounds per hole, but I guess not. So let's try again. So we still gotta go further. That is crazy. You know what, this time I'm not even gonna pull into a spot. This time I'm just gonna pull right here next to all these trucks. I'm just gonna go right in the middle here because there's not a lot going on. All right, let's try again. Okay, third time was the charm. Hopefully you guys can see that. We're at 33,060 on our trailer, 30,800 on our drive, and 11,600 on our steers. So we are all set, and we're gonna get on the road. Now I will admit, I've never actually driven with my trailer axles this far back. I've obviously, you know, at shippers and stuff, or receivers, whatever, I've had to drive with them all the way at the back because some receivers or shippers require you to slide your tandems before you drive on their, you know, on their property. But I've never actually driven on the public roads with them this far back because almost all of my loads have either, you know, come from or been into California, which means they have to be, you know, far enough forward that they meet the requirements for California law. So this one not being that situation means that this is the furthest I've ever had an axle be back. So very interesting. And I will say, I also want to note on that point of like most of my loads have been to California, so that's why. The loads that haven't been to California have been paper loads, which are usually super light. So yeah, this is weird for me. So I gotta keep that in mind, that, you know, my trailers, the off tracking, I almost couldn't think of the word. The off tracking is going to be way more intense than it normally is, and I gotta keep an eye on that. I am about 5 minutes into the trip, and I have immediately been greeted with traffic. So that's fun. This is how things have been going lately. I've hit traffic like every day, like immediately, and I've hit lots of it every time. So this is just becoming the norm for me. Every trucker's favorite, a merge. Even with the sign merge here, take turns, watch. I mean, I guess I can't guarantee that it's going to go as poorly as it usually does, but I've got a feeling this is going to go very poorly for me. Everybody else is going to be fine. It's going to be 1-to-1, and then it's going to get to me, and it is definitely not going to be 1-to-1. See, like, you've got this idiot here that doesn't understand the 1-to-1 thing in the red car. So this Honda should go between the Toyota, and I should go in front of this Dodge. But because this guy in the Toyota is a moron and is gonna suck up to the car in front of him, it makes it so that that doesn't happen. Although this person behind me was very nice and did let me in, which normally that is not the case. Normally people don't let you in. So the Honda and me did everything right. Dodge did it right, but that guy in the red car is the moron that I speak of. Oh, classic. So that last intersection, and this silver Toyota in front of me was coming up to it from one of the side roads, and I was like, oh, this guy's gonna try and beat me, you know, he's gonna try and pull out in front of me and beat me, you know. Well, I was correct, he did, and in doing so, he also did not pay attention to the fact that there was other cars in front of me. He was already looking like too far down the road and saw me, and so he just didn't even stop at the light and just pulled out and almost crashed into the Subaru, which I have dash cam footage of. So here is that. So yeah, and then of course, like every person seems to do, as soon as he realized he was about to get smashed, he overcorrected and then almost like drove off into the shoulder, and like, I don't know what would have happened if he did. I mean, it's front wheel drive, so like, he wouldn't have spun out or anything, but still, I can't imagine that would have gone very well for him if he drove off into the shoulder, into that dirt. But yeah, that was pretty interesting, and saw it all coming from a mile away. Oh man, people are just so impatient. It's crazy. This is now the 4th time that this has happened to me. I just passed the way station sign. The way station is closed. And yet, I got a red light on my pre-pass. This is the 4th time, just in the last like 2 weeks, that this has happened, where I've gotten a red light despite the way station being closed. I don't understand why this keeps happening. And I talked to my company about it, and, you know, they said what I assumed, which is you always follow the signs. So, way station's closed, you go by, which is what I've done all 4 times, and you know, nothing. No, I haven't gotten pulled over or anything. Wow, that's pretty. I haven't gotten pulled over or anything like that. So obviously that's fine, but it's just annoying because the red light, the beep that goes along with it, is so much more annoying. Both of them are annoying. Like even the green light beep is annoying, but the red light beep, just so obnoxious. I hate it. So the fact that I keep getting it when it's not necessary, it's very annoying. I just hope that it stops happening. I would love if a way station was closed that either didn't do anything or just gave me a green light. Just a lone train car just sitting there. I'm assuming it's in some sort of siding or something. It's hard to tell from the angle that we're at if there's like, I know for sure there's 2 tracks there, and it looks like one of the sets of tracks actually comes up and over the highway here. And looking at Google Maps, it looks like it goes off to some sort of facility or something. But it still just looked really funky to just see one singular train car just like sitting on the tracks next to a main line, you know, and then there's no other train cars. You know, normally it's like a string of cars, like at least 2 or 3. So to just see one just sitting there, I don't know, it was funny to me. Probably won't be funny to anybody else, but it was to me, and that was enough for me to record it. Taking our exit And I am hoping to spend the night at one of these truck stops, preferably the Pilot, but I will take parking at any of them if it is available, and then I can just walk to the Pilot to shower. So hopefully one of them has some parking, but there's a lot of trucks that are pulling off the freeway right now, and a lot of trucks that just came in from that way as well, so I'm not feeling super hopeful, but at the same time it is still super early. It's only like 4 o'clock, so I don't know why there'd be this many people shutting down right now. I'm hoping that most of these people are just pulling off to get fuel, but I guess we'll find out very shortly. I will admit I never ever have my hopes very high, because it seems like anytime I try and actually stay at a truck stop, the truck stop's full. Doesn't matter what time of day, unless it's like midday, unless it's like 1 o'clock. It seems like the truck stops are always full, and I have to spend the night at some other place, you know, some sort of rest area or a way station or something like that. So we will see what happens, but I would really like to get a shower, so I hope there's parking at one of these places. And if there's not, you know what, I'll just cry, and that'll solve my problems. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that's a lot of trucks that are pulled off on the side of the road instead of being parked in the truck stop, so that's not a good sign. Don't like that. Wow, this is also apparently a very small truck stop, so it's no wonder that there's no parking. Yeah, all those spots are reserved. Oh, that one's not, though. Oh, do I want to pull in like that guy did, or should I just back in? I think I should just back in. To be difficult. I'm about to have a very bad time with this, I feel. Apparently not. That sucks. Got it enough, at least, to let these people go by. very, very nice of them to wait for me. And I think we actually ended up getting this pretty spot on. Yeah, we did. Alright, and that is as far back as we can go. These are some weird spots. I don't know why they have these laid out like this, but they do. But man, I cannot believe we got a spot. I am so happy about that. It was not the easiest to get into, but we did it. I would not want to... The reserve spots are cool and all, but I would not want to have to park in there. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we got the last non-reserved spot. That is sick. Okay, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. We will be finishing off this load in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it, especially those of you that made it this far. Thank you so much. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you made it this far. Let me know kind of how I'm doing, what kind of things you liked in the video, what you want to see more of, less of, all that good stuff. Thank you again, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.